Welcome back everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video on the Pauly van. If you'd seen in the first video, you would have seen me pull the whole front end off. That was really sort of crucial for the front end upgrade, all those bits that I've got that I mentioned in that video. But second to that, it makes my life a little bit easier in that I'm going to be tackling the glow plugs. If you don't know what a glow plug is, it's for, I'd say, almost every single diesel engine out there. The tip glows orange, heats up, provides a bit of heat to the cylinder, so when you're starting the engine from cold, that diesel will ignite. But then obviously after it's running, it no longer needs that glow plug. It's just igniting under compression and under the heat that's already been generated from the engine running. So yeah, I'm going to get the glow plugs out, but more importantly, I'm going to get the old water pump off, and all of the timing belt, the idler pulley and the tensioner, because as I mentioned again in the last video, you just change that as a matter of course. So yeah, I think let's not delay, let's just get straight into it. So hope you enjoy it, and we'll stop and talk along the way. So leading up to this part of the video, I have to confess, the night before I actually lubricated up the glow plugs. This was just to give me a fighting chance to actually getting the things out. I've heard way too many horror stories of glow plugs shearing, snapping off, and then leaving effectively a stub of something that you have to then in turn get out of the engine. Obviously you can get a specialist round, they'll charge you hundreds, they'll drill it, tap it, there's still no guarantee. I mean, it's just something I would rather not have to go through. So there's nothing wrong with, if you've got the time, constantly lubricating the area, trying to force it down past the threads, letting it sit, letting it do its work. There you have it. The glow plugs are out. They're all out. I'm well chuffed. Nothing broke. Got them all lubricated and cracked them off, and all is well. So I'm going to leave these out because it will help me turning the engine over, for getting the engine to TDC, for doing the timing belt and water pump. And yeah, I'll stick them back in later on. Well, obviously the new ones. At this stage, I had to support the engine from my inspection pit. The PD engine, like most front-wheel drive vehicles, has the engine mount bolted onto the side of it. The engine mount is what I'm about to remove in this shot. Can see it's a right old mess down here. Obviously the water pump has been leaking for, I suppose, yeah, well over 200 miles now if we include the trip back. But potentially it's been weeping very, very slowly prior, although it wasn't showing signs of any major water loss. So yeah, maybe this is just the result of driving on 200 miles, it leaking out and mixing with all the crud and rubbish that resides when the belt wears and rubber comes off and sticks to the cover. So yeah, I think we'll give this a bit of a clean up, sort of as and when, and hopefully that'll give us a helping hand. So you saw me put the cam sort of timing tool in. That's gone all the way through into the block, so that cam's locked, so I can technically undo these 3 bolts to allow that freewheeling pulley to rotate without the cam moving. But the crank, this tool, I mean, those marks line up and 2 of the teeth slot in, but I don't feel that tool is perfect from what I've seen on the web. It doesn't really matter too much as long as it doesn't move. I mean, the crank's unlikely to move because it's got so much weight and resistance behind it. Plus I'll put some little blobs of ink, so yeah, we'll soon know if that rotates. Okay, there's a couple of paint marks, so at least we've got another guide, but yeah, there's no way that's going to move. If it does, we'll know. So with the crank locked and the cam locked, it does allow us to undo these bolts, which effectively allows the cam pulley to spin freely, but the cam, which this pin has gone through into the block, will remain static. Next up is the tensioner. Let's loosen off the little idler pulley. Belt away from the pump just to give us some slack. There we go. So lastly we've got the water pump to come out, and I've already cracked these bolts off. They're 10mm, so I will take them out and hopefully whatever's left in the cooling system will gush out and drop in my drain pan. And it is playing it now, so and there we have it. There's the pump. And there's the hole it came from. Well, there we have it. All stripped down, all cleaned up, ready to install the new bits. So there we have it. Timing belt is all done. New water pump, new idler pulley, new tensioner, all timed up. I've turned the engine over quite a lot by hand just to be absolutely sure nothing's touching, but yeah, at the end of the day it shouldn't touch as long as you have those timing tools locked in when you're putting a new belt on. You shouldn't really have any problems. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think what I might do next is a little bit of cleaning. The OCD in me sees all of this muck here, and I've decided, yeah, why not give it a bit of a clean? You know, you've got it all open, so might as well do that now. So let's just get that done quick. Ah, that's much better. Cleaner, degreased. Yeah, ready to rock and roll. Okay, so with the timing belt, water pump done, out the way, I've got a few little bitty bits to do just to finish off kind of the engine work. So those are going to be, bought myself an engine mount because when I was looking at the actual front engine mount, it was looking really worn. Yeah, so these are only like 20 quid. Yeah, worth doing. There's a couple of bolts. So I'm going to do that, and if I spin you around, got the new glow plugs. I've just copper slipped all the threads up. Obviously the old glow plugs really weren't too bad, but I figured a bit of copper slip won't hurt. So yeah, we'll stick those in and then we should be good. There we have it. All 4 glow plugs are in, torqued down, ready to put the harness back on. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. One less job to do. Okay, it's now time to change the engine mount. That's located just down here. So we have to crack that off. So I quickly came to the realisation when I started to undo that front engine mount, that engine was going to tilt forward. It's got a big acro prop holding the bottom of the engine, but I figured for now I'll put the engine mount on this side back on, just temporarily. I need to still put all the timing belt cover and bits on, but let's just get this bolted on just to support the engine a bit more. Beyond me. Okay, it should lift out. There we go, the old engine mount. Yeah, that's well past it. So that should make it run a bit smoother, I suppose. Certainly feels smoother. Quickly discovered that you need to keep the engine mount loose to drive this bolt in, and then you tighten up that bolt and this bolt, so it goes in a lot easier. There we have it, all bolted in, shiny fresh. Should serve the van for, well, I suppose the next 140,000 miles. So yeah, just to recap, we just did the engine mount. Before that, did the 4 glow plugs, and before that we tackled the timing belt and water pump, and obviously it was the water pump that was leaking. So yeah, it should be a lot better now. It should be better at cold starting in the winter, should have less engine vibration, shouldn't leak water, and shouldn't need a timing belt for another 5 or 6 years or whatever the interval is. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed. Okay, well that's a wrap on this video. Obviously, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the mechanical bits that I've tackled. Yeah, I've got a lot more peace of mind in the vehicle now, so should be good as gold. Next video is going to be something a little bit different. I obviously mentioned I've got the T5.1 facelift to go on, but I've got a few other little secrets to support that. So yeah, hopefully you'll stay tuned and join me in the next video. But for now, thank you again, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. That would really help me out. So yeah, take care. Bye.